Ever wondered what happens when you're not looking? Or who's been sneaking snacks from the fridge? Today, we're building a super discreet, motion-activated camera using a Raspberry Pi 02W. Just a quick disclaimer up front. This project is for entirely legal and ethical uses, like monitoring your pets, checking on your plants, or yes, even protecting your last piece of pastry from sneaky family members. No illegal activity, ever. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crazy Panda, and in this video we're going to transform this tiny but mighty Raspberry Pi 02W into a full-fledged motion-sensing camera. I'll walk you through every step, from assembling the hardware to setting up the intelligent MotionEyeOS, and even getting SMS alerts when there's movement. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what you'll need for this DIY spy cam project. Raspberry Pi 02W. This tiny computer is the brain of our operation. 32 GB micro SD card for storing the operating system and our captured footage. 5 megapixels, Raspberry Pi 02W camera, the eyes of our camera. Make sure it's compatible with the 02W short ribbon cable. This is crucial for connecting the camera to the Pi 02W, as its camera port is smaller than standard Pis. Raspberry Pi 0 official camera case. This neat case lets our 5 megapixels camera tuck right in with its short ribbon cable, keeping everything compact and tidy. Power bank and USB cable for portable power, making our spy cam truly discreet and mobile. Once you have all these components, let's put them together. First, gently lift the camera connector tab on your Raspberry Pi 02W. Carefully insert the short ribbon cable, making sure the silver contacts face the camera connector. Close the tab to secure it. Now, connect the other end of the ribbon cable to your 5 megapixels camera module. Again, be gentle. Finally, carefully place the assembled camera and Raspberry Pi 02W into the official camera case. It's designed to fit snugly, keeping everything protected and compact. And there you have it. The physical build is complete. Now for the software magic. MotionEyeOS. Setting up MotionEyeOS. MotionEyeOS is an amazing open-source project that turns your Raspberry Pi into a surveillance system. For the Raspberry Pi 02W, we'll be using a specific build. Go to https://github.com/JOSPER/MotionEyeOS/releases/tag/202201119-dev and download the image specifically for the Pi 02W. Quick note, if you're using a Raspberry Pi 0W, the old model, you'd head to the official MotionEyeOS supported devices page here, https://github.com/motioneye-project/motioneos/wiki/supported-devices, and select the appropriate image. Once downloaded, you'll need to flash it to your micro SD card. My go-to tool is the Raspberry Pi Imager. It's super user-friendly. Select your downloaded MotionEyeOS image, choose your SD card, and hit Write. Now, for a crucial step, preconfiguring Wi-Fi. Since our Pi 02W doesn't have an Ethernet port, we need to tell it how to connect to our network before its first boot. Do not eject your SD card yet. Open your File Explorer and navigate to the boot partition of your freshly flashed SD card. Right-click in the window, select New Text Document, and immediately rename it to wpa_supplicant.conf. Make absolutely sure to remove the .txt extension. Now, open this wpa_supplicant.conf file using a text editor like Notepad++. It's essential for correct line endings. Go to Edit to Conversion and select Unix LF. This is vital. Paste the following configuration into the file, replacing My Wi-Fi SSID with your actual Wi-Fi network name and My Wi-Fi Pass with your Wi-Fi password. Important. Change country equals US to your actual country code. You can find a list of country codes online. Save the file and then safely eject your micro SD card. Insert the SD card into your assembled Raspberry Pi 02W camera. Optionally, connect a monitor if you want to see the boot process, but it's not strictly necessary. Apply power from your power bank. Give it a few minutes for the first boot. If you had a monitor, you'd see network services starting and eventually an IP address. If not, don't worry, we'll find it using a network scanner like Angry IP Scanner. Once your Pi has booted and connected to your Wi-Fi, open a web browser on your computer or phone and type in the IP address you found. You'll be greeted by the MotionEyeOS login page. The default credentials are admin for the username and a blank password. Just hit login. First things first, let's secure it. Click on the 3 horizontal lines in the top left to open the Settings menu. Go to General Settings. Change the admin password to something strong. You can also set a surveillance password if you want a separate login for viewing the stream. Set your correct time zone and optionally change the camera name to something descriptive like PastryCam. Remember to click the orange Apply button at the top right after making changes. The system might reboot to apply them. Let's explore some of the key settings. Under Video Device, you can configure your camera settings like resolution and frame rate. The magic happens under the Motion Detection tab. Here, you can enable motion detection, adjust sensitivity, define detection areas, and set actions to be triggered when motion is detected, like recording video or capturing images under the Movies and Still Images tab. Now, let's talk about where all those precious recordings go. Under the File Storage tab, you have incredible flexibility. You can configure your recordings to be saved to local storage, like your SD card or an attached USB drive. But what's really powerful is the ability to set up network storage. You can choose options like an FTP server or even popular cloud services like Google Drive or Dropbox, whatever works best for your setup. This means you can access your footage from virtually anywhere. Alright, enough talk. Let's see this in action. I'm going to trigger some motion in front of our camera. As you can see, MotionEyeOS detected that movement, and it's now capturing both video footage and still images of the event. To view these captured files, it's super simple. Just head over here and click on the Open Movies browser icon to see your video clips, and similarly click the Open Pictures browser icon to check out all the still snapshots. Everything is neatly organized for easy access. Now, setting up motion detection is one thing, but how do you get alerted when something actually happens, even when you're not glued to your screen? That's where Twilio comes in. It's a fantastic cloud communications platform that lets us easily send SMS messages right to our phone, directly from our MotionEyeOS setup. Think of it as the missing link for real-time alerts. Now, let's supercharge our motion detection. Instead of having MotionEyeOS directly send the Twilio message, which would expose our API keys on the camera itself, we're going to set up a small, secure Flask server on a separate machine, like a Kali Linux machine or a Raspberry Pi 5. This server will act as an intermediary, receiving a simple signal from MotionEyeOS and then securely sending the SMS via Twilio. This is a much more robust and secure setup for any real-world application. First, let's set up our Flask server. For this demonstration, I'm using a Kali Linux machine, but the steps are very similar for any other Linux-based system. Step 1. Install Python, pip, Flask, and Twilio library. Open a terminal on your server machine and run these commands. Kali Linux typically comes with Python 3 and pip, Python's package installer, pre-installed. You can verify their presence and versions. Python 3, version pip 3, version. If Python 3 or pip 3 are not found, you can install them. Sudo apt. Install Python 3, Python 3, pip bot-y. Set up a virtual environment, highly recommended. Virtual environments isolate your project's dependencies, preventing conflicts with other Python projects or your system's Python installation. Install Python 3 venv, if not already installed. Sudo apt. Install Python 3 venv. Create a project directory, mkdir, my_flask_twilio_project, cd, my_flask_twilio_project. Create a virtual environment. Sudo Python 3 mvenv venv. You can replace venv with any name you prefer for your virtual environment. Activate the virtual environment. Source venv/bin/activate. You'll notice your terminal prompt changes, usually displaying venv before your username, indicating that you're now operating within the virtual environment. With your virtual environment activated, you can now install Flask and Twilio. Pip 3 install Flask Twilio. Step 2. Create the Flask application. Create a new Python file, let's call it sms_server.py, and paste the following code into it. Step 3. Get your Twilio credentials. Sign up for Twilio. Head over to their website, twilio.com. They offer a free trial, which is perfect for this demo. You'll need to verify your phone number. Get a Twilio virtual phone number. This is the number your SMS alerts will come from. Follow their instructions to select one. Note your account SID and auth token. These are your unique API credentials found in your Twilio console. Keep them secure. You'll need your Twilio phone number and your personal phone number where you want to receive the alerts. Replace the placeholder values in the Python script with your actual Twilio credentials and phone numbers. Step 4. Run the Flask server. In your terminal, navigate to the directory where you saved sms_server.py and run sudo python 3 sms_server.py. Your Flask server should now be running and listening for requests on port 5000. Make sure your server machine's firewall allows incoming connections on port 5000, and that your Raspberry Pi 02W can reach this machine's IP address on your local network. Now let's configure MotionEyeOS to talk to our new Flask server. In the MotionEyeOS web interface, go to Settings and ensure Motion Detection is enabled. Scroll down to Motion Notifications. Toggle Run a Command to On. In the command box, we'll now enter a curl command that sends a simple post request to our Flask server. Replace IP address of your server with the actual IP address of your Kali Linux or Raspberry Pi 5 machine where the Flask server is running. Curl -x post http://IP address of your server. 5000/motion_alert. You can also set a working schedule so the alerts only activate when you're out or asleep. Click the orange Apply button so the flow is motion detected by the camera to MotionEyeOS. Sends a curl request to our Flask server to Flask server uses the Twilio API to send you an SMS. This keeps our camera lean and our keys secure. Time to put our DIY spy cam to the ultimate test. The pastry protection mission. The camera's in position, waiting for any sweet-toothed suspects. Bingo! Motion triggered. And just like that, I got the SMS alert. Intruder alert. Fridge door opened. Pastry security compromised. My delicious pastry is safe, thanks to our smart setup. This project truly shows how you can use a Raspberry Pi 02W, MotionEyeOS, and a Flask server to solve everyday mysteries. So there you have it. Your very own DIY MotionEyeOS spy camera with advanced SMS alerts via a Flask server, all built on a Raspberry Pi 02W. It's a fantastic project to learn about embedded systems, networking, and home automation. This server-based approach opens up so many possibilities for custom actions beyond just SMS. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to Crazy Panda for more exciting DIY tech projects. And let me know in the comments what legal and ethical uses you'd have for a camera like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.